think we're live. Hello to everyone on Spiritual Events Directory. I might share this later too, just this first little section over on Instagram, and I have just started a TikTok, so let's see what happens with that, but it's a little bit exciting. So I'm just waiting for a couple of people to join us, and I have bought a new deck for tonight as well, which is exciting. Okay, let me just check what is happening here. There's a new little button in here that I've noticed for tonight. Okay. I think, oh, hello. We do have people watching. Just had something different on the comments tonight. But hello to those of you joining. Hi, Julie. We've got some abundance cards. I got a brand new deck through the week, so I'm really excited to work with these. I've only used these maybe just for myself, maybe like once or twice through the week. So we have the Divine Abundance. I'm actually feeling really called tonight to work with abundance and to work with love. So if there is anyone, hi Georgia, if there is anyone out there wanting to ask questions around love and questions around abundance, I feel really drawn to answering questions like that tonight, but we will go where Spirit directs us. But what we'll do is let's start out with a collective reading for the week and see what we're getting. Already I'm seeing Venus pop up, and let's see what else, which is probably why I'm feeling called to love. I'm also seeing an image of the goddess Hathor. So Hathor is a beautiful Venusian looking being. So she was actually one of the Egyptian goddesses. So we see her face on some of the Egyptian statues. She has a very E.T. looking elongated, beautiful set of eyes and some ears that are not quite human. So for anyone that hasn't seen a picture of Hathor, I highly recommend going and having a look over there. So what we have out of this deck of cards, I'm just asking if there's anything else. Okay, they want two out of here tonight. But yeah, I'm feeling Venus and I'm feeling Hathor energies around. So if anyone wants to ask questions around love and around abundance, I'm really seeing that light up for the guides tonight. So we have triumphant success, we have emotional withdrawal, and we have a waiting game. Now let's pick from my other deck of cards. They're telling me we're going to be picking 9 out of my 3 normal decks. So let's see. And I will be taking names. Hey Casey, hey Pete, hey Samantha, Jackie, Callie. All right, so what we will do is we'll finish this, and we've got 3 cards in here guiding me here, here, and here. And we do have a full moon coming up soon. I think it is possibly full moon in Libra. Oh, this makes sense why we're looking into love then, because Libra is connected to do with Venus. Hey Wade. Hey Chantal. All right, so let's feel into these energies. All right, so the first thing I am seeing is more energy connected to do with love. The other thing that I'm seeing is a lot of angelic energy coming and softening at the moment. So for anyone that is going through love things or wanting to feel into the lighter side of things, and I'm not sure if any of you out there, but myself and definitely some of my clients, and even, you know, people that you get chatting to at the grocery store, things like that, we've been experiencing what feels to be, you know, whether it's like miscommunications or having to like follow and chase things up. It's almost been like a little bit of a Mercury retrograde. Hey Sana, lovely to see you over here. But yeah, there's been where the planets, actually one of my clients said the other day, she was really cute. I said to her, I'm like, it just feels like we're having a Mercury retrograde or something at the moment. I'm like, I know we're not, but it feels like the planets are being cheeky. And she said the planets have been mischievous. And I'm like, yes, they have. So I don't know if anyone else has felt this sort of energy. So let's flip these cards. Oh, and yeah, I can see that. So what we have, and we will pick, I just want to get the whole picture first, but I can see that mischievous energy in nature, and I can see that sort of stop-start energy that we're working with this week. So this is probably why it's good to focus on love, especially self-love. Hey Jackie, hey Patricia. So we're just doing the, oh, and Pete's saying I've been so unlucky in love. All right, we will pick some cards around love. I'm going to start taking some names soon, but first of all, we'll do this collective. Okay, and we'll flip these ones over. Oh, interesting. Okay, so we've got in the past, we've got triumphant success. We can see this sword. So we can see on a mental level, heading towards like a spiritual element, that there was a feeling of knowing the sense of direction, going, right, I'm going to go here. So whether this was sort of like a start to something, but then a feeling of emotional withdrawal kicked in. So we've got this here. Hey, Paul, good to see you in here. Hi, Wendy. So yeah, we've got this triumphant success. So that felt like in the past there may have been some kind of like a new beginning, or feeling like, right, this is the direction I went ahead in. And then possibly over last year, I'm feeling, even going back into sort of like 6 to 9 months ago, I'm not very good with math, so you guys will have to work out 6 to 9 months ago, but I'm feeling sort of like this feeling of withdrawing, or this feeling of independently wanting to work on something, feeling like I'm taking my energy out of something. And then we've got the card of the waiting game. So I feel that this is sort of coming into recent past, is the energy that I feel with this. What we can see is the waiting game sometimes is not planting a seed and then just waiting for it to sprout. It takes a full amount of time. See this many loops or many laps around this, or many spirals around, for this tree to have grown. So this is kind of like, having that emotional withdrawal, having on a waiting game for this seed to come into fruition, to get those roots really strong and really deep, and to find that grounding and to find that balance. So we've got this happening sort of in the recent past as a collective. Now, remembering these readings are general, so they might not vibe for everyone, but what we will do is the individuals as well. So just take what you need from the reading. Sometimes it's just advice. I know that I have some people tune in even just to hear some of the advice, or sometimes there's a word that comes in, or sometimes we'll have some of the beings that I work with will give a little bit of advice. Hi, Elizabeth. Beautiful to see you here. So we have Ace of Wands come up in reverse, and I feel that this is coming up around present day. So this may have been even just a couple of days ago. So, or even you might be currently going through this. What I feel with this is it's almost like the image spirit showing me right now is trying to almost like get a match. I don't have a match, but I've got a lighter. It's like trying to light a flame and it just keeps going out. It's like trying to get something done and it feels a little bit unproductive, or it feels sort of a little bit like banging your head up against a wall. That kind of energy is what I'm feeling with this. Then we have the Knight of Wands, which is that energy of wanting to sort of go full steam ahead, or feeling, okay, perhaps it wasn't that door to go through. Perhaps it's this one. And this one I always call the Tony Robbins card. It's that walk across the hot coals to kind of get what it is you desire, but you have to get your mind into the right mindset. So I feel that what the cards are saying to us now is, do not let something stop you or slow you down, because I feel that there's energetically interference happening. Some might call it entities, some might call it archonic energies, dark force. This kind of thing I feel is playing with humanity at the moment. So time to cleanse and purify if you have got this sort of things coming up. I'm actually planning a trip down to our local hot springs, which will be beautiful over the weekend, just to kind of sit and soak and actually just be, because that's what the energies are calling for at the moment, is to be in a state of reflection, to be in a state of giving that self-nurturing. And we've got this coming up with the moon. So this was coming towards the end of the present. So with this moon card, we can see there's cycles and reflections. We can see that there's the energy of going into somewhat of the underworld, but that's in order to birth anew. We can see that this moon is kind of transforming into the sun and birthing through this gateway. So we have Anubis here. There's Mercury energy here with this as well. This is an energy of sort of separation between the spirit world and the underworld is what I feel with this. And I feel that it's walking a little bit through a dark night of the soul. Not perhaps the same depth as what we've experienced in the past, but nonetheless it might rehash some energy coming up. What I see coming forth into, I guess, the second installment of the week, or going into present to near future, we have the Knight of Swords appearing. So we can see where last where this present state, we're sort of trying to walk over those hot coals. We can see that there's a Knight of Swords, that perhaps we're starting to take mental action on this. Perhaps we're starting to communicate or put mental plans and actions. Perhaps we're starting to send out emails, or we're starting to kind of feel of that state of getting through. Now we do have Three of Wands come up, and what I can sort of like feel, and this is in reverse, so what I'm seeing with this is feeling like going it alone. But because it's in reverse too, this thing might even be, if something's just not working, it might also be about abandoning an idea. So for some of you, it might be letting go of doing things by yourself. It might be that you need to call on a team, or it could be reassessing the structure of how you're doing things, whether you need to do it by yourself or whether you do need to get a team. So it could go either way for a couple of you. I feel like this is a spiritual journey though. But what I do see it leading to is the Sun. So we have this beautiful card, which is the happiest card in the deck. We can see this little kind of almost like a cherub, or this child with these sunflowers and this horse. And we can see there's an orange flag, and we can see the sun sort of like looking off to the side. See, it's got that sideways look a little bit. And it's looking kind of over what looks to be the right side. So it's looking towards the future. It's that beautiful dawn of a new day type energy. Now with the sun's influence, I find that this is a transformative energy. This is a Leo energy too. So this is calling you into leadership. What we will do, because I feel that this is kind of talking around business and around mindset, because we were talking about that at the start on how I'm feeling that there's some energies coming up to do with love. Hi, Julie. Let's see what we've got here. Hi, Jordan. All right, so using this new deck, for those of you that are just joining, this is a new deck that I just bought. Little treat for myself and for my clients, Divine Abundance. So we're going to be picking for this, and we want to pick and clarify energies around the sun, please. So this is a general collective reading for everyone, for those of you that are just joining. And, oh, okay, this makes sense for what we were talking about. It's a little bit of the same action energy. So we have this energy of ease that's coming in. There's something right now with this past, and with the moon, and with some of these other cards, we have an energy of feeling like things are pausing, or that we're trying to go into something and we're being met by resistance. For some of you, it might feel somewhat of a darker, almost like an entity type energy. Even for some, it might feel like that something energetically is stopping you, or no matter what you try, it's like energetically, oh, thank you so much for sharing, Jordan. It might feel energetically like there's just, the forces are against you, this kind of energy. So what we have with this is the card of ease. Isn't that a beautiful card? These cards are really beautiful. For anyone that's wanting to buy those cards, are actually the Hay House cards. I picked them up at Big W of all places, which for my friends in America and clients, that's like a Walmart. So I'm sure you can get them online. So this card of ease says, it's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. So it's coming out with that mantra. Then we have the card of sacrifice. So we're talking about opening up to the ideas of abundance and really making our frequency in receptive mode in terms of abundance. Hey, Ben. And then we've got sacrifice. So it says, sometimes surrender is painful. God's cutting away all that needs to go. Illusions, obsessions, addictions. It's a sacrifice to love. So we've got Ganesh, we've got Lord Ganesh here as well, who's the remover of obstacles. So this is about tapping into that ease of receiving. It's also about surrendering and asking whether you tune in and release things for your higher self, or whether you ask Ganesh to come in and help remove obstacles and blocks that might be there. Kali is another beautiful goddess who also works, who's a mother goddess. She also helps to remove obstacles and blocks. And being a mother goddess, she has her best interests of her children at heart. She can come across as like a fierce mother at sometimes, energy-wise to look at. Then we have the right action, which is also, these are centered around the sun card. So I feel that this sun energy is permeating through into our energy field, and it's clearing out things that we no longer need. And I will actually run and get something to demonstrate something that I want to talk about. They're pointing something out that's in my kitchen. So we have the energy of right action. We can see this beautiful blue goddess who's sort of like experiencing this sense of release, this sense of freedom. And it says, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this right, Arabia Jalahar literally means let everything go. Let everything that wants to go, go, and everything that wants to come, come. So what we've got with these cards is sort of being in that state of surrender. I'm hearing them say the words paring down. So there's a paring down happening energetically. This is a stripping away of the old so that we can make way for this new to come in. Now, Spirit is nagging me about something. I'll just run and get it. I'll be right back. So in, I forget exactly what name of an Indian culture, but one of my beautiful friends, she's actually Fijian. She sent this beautiful little vessel to me. Now, we'd spoken about, I was receiving messages to do with the sun energy, so the sun being transformational. And I kept feeling to sort of like release or surrender different things to the sun. I felt that the rays of the sun, when you look at the sun at the moment, the rays have turned from where has had some kind of a shift or a transformation. It's more of a white color. It's gone through spiritual ascension. So what you do with one of these is you actually fill it up with water. So I like to use purified water, and you actually will offer it as an offering to the sun. And you'll ask for the sun to come and cleanse and purify anything that no longer needs to be in your life, and to bring that transformative energy. Now, you can also use this kind of thing as a form of connection with the sun, but the sun is like an actual being. Hopefully I'm not frozen for too long. So yeah, you can do that as a little bit of an offering, but hopefully that helps a couple of you out there for tonight. For anyone that wants to work personally around abundance or around love, highly recommend a personal one-on-one reading where we can dive in for an hour. A lot of my clients are starting to book 2-hour sessions because they really want to work on things in finer detail, and some will even book a session, 2-hour session, do half kinesiology and half readings. So what we're going to do now is start taking a couple of names. Also, as I've mentioned in the little box in the chat above, I only take personal readings from my website if it's outside of your time restrictions, and it will come up in your own time zone. Please DM me. But yeah, I will never have anyone else book for me unless I say so. Just making everyone aware that there is scammers out there. So I am actually based in Melbourne, but I work online. So most of my clients are actually in America and in Canada. So we will take a couple of names. Let me see. Oh, okay. I've got Deb Martin. Let's pick some cards for you. And let's see. We've got Wendy Harvey. And Jackie Campensano Di Lara. And we've got Paul Anthony Wallace. Let's pick some cards for you, Paul. Hopefully I'm saying your last name right. Where else? We've got Wade A. Solos. I'm just going to where I'm drawn. Let me see. We have Pete Hewling, or Halwig, sorry. And that was for love. And we've got Elizabeth Sturgis. Okay, we'll start with that and we'll see how we go. All right, so first of all, we've got Deb Martin. All right. It's funny, the energy that I just got with you, Deb, is, I'm just having a look and just tuning in. But what I felt was they were like this. Okay, so they're like, right, let's get to it. I feel like you've got a team around you with your guides that are like, let's get to it, let's get things done. There's like an energy of, oh, I need to sort of like get things sorted, I need to get things moving. There's that energy coming in behind you. So if you feel drawn to, whether it's like a spring cleanup or selling things or kind of just starting things anew, now is a really good time. It feels like for you, as the information I'm getting. There is yellow. So it's really reflecting and learning on things from the past and having a look into like what possibly worked in the past, what didn't work, and really kind of like forming a little bit of a map. I feel like it's somewhat of a new start in life is what they're showing. So let's flip these cards. Yeah, there's a close off completion cycle with the world card here. We have a Taurus energy to this, which is also, you know, connecting with Venus, and we can see there's some kind of like control or constriction trying to come in terms of allowing an energy to take place. I'm also seeing that a little bit here with the Lust card. So it's trying to overcome things. It's trying to not be like enchanted or persuaded to different things. And then we have the Queen of Discs. So with this, what we can see is she's got that Capricorn energy. She's sort of sitting pretty in her own power on top of the hill. But we do have this closeout type energy or close off type energy to do with Saturn and to do with the universe. Let's pick an abundance card for you as well tonight. Okay, this one is calling out to me. Limitless. Oh, this is beautiful. So you're being asked to actually to ask for more. This is about removing any limitations, different things like that, because we did have Saturn come up in these other things. This is actually as well to do with opening yourself up to a frequency of receiving. So what we see with this is this teeny tiny little symbol here on the bottom represents kind of like a nest or a container, and it asks you to be a container for spirit to come in and to be kind of housed. Oh, Jordan, I also want to pop your name on here. Spirit was mentioning you before. So Jordan, so it's Jordan. But yeah, so what this says for you, Jeb, is see yourself open to receive in the most miraculous ways. The divine can use anything or anyone. So this is really about like tuning into that frequency of what it is that you would like to feel. This is not about having to really kind of like cater to others. I feel that it's really a timing for you with this too, because what we can see is this beautiful, each of these cards has a female that's kind of like in power in this. You can see that she's sort of doing her own thing. This is not about you having to sort of like answer to anyone else at the moment. So I hope that helps. Oh yeah, Jackie, I put you down. You're on there for abundance. So we've got one more and then you're next. So we've got Wendy. They're taking me to the abundance deck. So let's have a look, Wendy. Oh, did you guys see that? We just had 4 cards jump out. No wonder why. I just felt like it felt like spirit actually coming in and just shooting them out. Oh, thank you, Kim. So we have flow. So this is for Wendy Harvey. We've got flow. Allow me, divine, to move with the flow and respond with calmness and peace. So allow me, the divine, to flow and respond with calmness and peace. So we've got this beautiful dolphin energy. Oh, you're welcome, Jeb. Then we have intuition. So we're working with flow, working with intuition. So it says each person's road to the inner Lord is extraordinary and personal. How liberating to listen to the inside and sense moment to moment what is needed. So this is really about you getting in touch with who you are, going with the flow and using your senses. We've got gratitude. We can see beautiful Lakshmi here, who is the goddess of prosperity. So it says, fill me with your gratitude for all you give. May I be a vehicle for you wherever I go. And we can see this beautiful hummingbird and what looks to be like a vessel or a cup. But yeah, it's really about like stepping into the flow, getting in touch with your intuition, checking into gratitude. And then we have awakening. Yeah, I love spirit too. You definitely have a lot of spirit around you. I feel that they're making themselves known in a cheeky way. So you might have little things, kind of like if you light a candle, you might have little flickers from spirit. You might have little signs from birds and things in nature. So your last card, Awakening, it says, "Oh my Lord, wake me up from life as though I was a spiritual sheep. May I hear you through my own instincts and common sense." And this is what we were just talking about with nature as well, in spirit coming through this way. And we can see we've got Krishna here. So beautiful cards. I'm just going to ask them for another card to see. We've got the card of Sacrifice. Now, what I'm seeing with this is there might be some kind of sacrifice happening, or something that you might be feeling that you're sort of closing off out of life. But look at the rainbow, look at the spiritual energy and the solitude and peace that she's opening up to. So this might be sacrificing something so that you gain more peace. So I hope that helps, Wendy. Oh, have you got floods, Jason? Oh no, that's not good. Been seeing them through people sharing on social media, and a couple on the news. Oh, good. I'm so happy to hear that you're safe. I'm going to pop you on the list as well. Okay, so we've got Jackie. You're welcome, Wendy. So Jackie, we've got you. All right, they want a card out of here. I feel like they're excited to work with new card energies. Oh, they want this one first and then this one. Okay. Oh, and they're asking for this and this. All right, so we've got triumphant success. We've got judgment that's being released. This is not waiting for someone else to come and do something. This is kind of doing your own thing and not having to wait for others. So this was around abundance too. So this might be not waiting for others. This is kind of like, you know, getting that idea, that inspiration, jumping and acting on it. So it might be about keeping, you know, your idea small for the time being and just work away on it. And then we have expansiveness, then we have clearing, and we have divine love. So this is beautiful, this card. Look at this expansive mandala. So we've got expansiveness here. So it says, eternity is far more creative than the rigid, constrained, and exhausted ego. So this is really looking about eternity and stepping into that creativeness. It's really looking at like where, because I feel like when they're referring to ego, they're talking about limitations. So what I feel is to not let your own limitations and ego of not feeling 100% on something hold you back. It's kind of that energy with the triumphant success of wanting to jump forward. So we've got the card of clearing. We can see Ganesh on this one. It's a beautiful card, isn't it? So it says, as true offerings arise, it becomes easy to let go. You start to trust the more will always arrive. You shift from mind to God's, such freedom. And this is what I'm sort of seeing, is like shifting out of that old, smaller mindset, getting into that state of expandedness and really feeling yourself tap into unlimited potential. Because what I'm sort of seeing now is like staying within one lane when they're showing me you've actually got the whole pool and you're just swimming in the one lane. They're talking about sometimes you need to jump over the rope or duck under the rope and swim the whole pool when you've got that available to you. Don't live within constrained confinements. And this is coming up around abundance. We also have divine love. So when you offer everything to the divine with detachment, you begin a love. When you offer everything to the divine with detachment, you begin a love affair with spirit. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that angelic and eagle type perspective that we've got. So this is about spreading your wings in relation to this. So really, Spirit's still showing me this Olympic-sized swimming pool that has these ropes tied off. And they're like, why have you got the ropes? Why are you holding yourself in when you've got the whole pool? So I feel that that eagle representation or that angelic representation is talking about this too. So that's for you. And we'll pick some cards for Paul. So we've got Paul Anthony Wallace. So what I'm actually feeling, as soon as I said your name, Paul, I'm not sure if you've had something going on around throat chakra or if your throat's been feeling a little bit dry or scratchy. But they're just talking about looking after your throat chakra for now. So perhaps some warm honey tea or something. Thyme is really good, as in the herb thyme, because it's antibacterial, antimicrobial, anti-fungal, I think, as well. But really good for killing any sore throat germs, looking after immunity. Oh, it's your birthday coming soon. Oh, beautiful. I'll try and get through to some more as well, so we can get as many out as we can. This card is jumping out, and so is this one for you, Paul. Oh, this is interesting. This is talking about you having worked away. We have 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold on a sec. We have the 8 of Pentacles, which is a beautiful card. So this really represents like a mastery. It represents a power. I can see you tirelessly working your way. And I feel that this is day and night. As I can see, it's in solitude. So it's been working away. And I know that you write your beautiful books and you do, a lot of your conferences and things. But we have this energy of the Hierophant. Spirit is asking you to open up to that divine inspiration, which I feel that you're really good at, and I feel that you really do, but I feel that it's almost like there's another book. So I'm not sure if you're writing another book at the moment. Let's ask for more cards. They're wanting to go here. I do feel abundance. I do feel that there's energy that's coming to do with all that hard work. All right, let's ask for some clarification around that 8 of Pentacles. We'll flip these over. And let's ask for some cards to do with this Hierophant energy too. Ooh, okay. Oh, that's beautiful energy. So what we have with this 8 of Pentacles, we've got the Peace card come up in reverse. Now, what might have felt like feeling like a tug of war, two minds about something, or what I'm getting shown, it's like the passion job and then the job to earn an income. And I'm sort of seeing possibly it's like, how do I make two worlds meet? How do I merge the spirit world into the physical world is some of the energy that I'm getting with this. But what I'm feeling was, it was like the answer was to go within. And it was sort of like a self-imposed restriction, perhaps, around that, because sometimes we have ideals about how things should be or how they have to happen. Oh, hey, Jeannie. And what I also have is the card of indolence. So I feel that there might have been some things that had, it's 8 of Cups and it's called the card of indolence. But what I see with this, it's like when you're not working and you're not connecting or being in your spiritual zone up the top, when you're not letting your spiritual cup be filled up, or when you're feeling a little bit tired and worn down, things aren't going to have as much energy or as much flow. So we're getting that kind of message, which I feel is going back to the throat. So this could be a message around looking after yourself. The other thing that I'm seeing with this, sometimes this 2 of Swords will come up to do with brain integration as well. So sometimes it's really kind of like looking at things from both sides, from the logic and from the spiritual. The other thing we have is the Universe card. So I can see this connected to do with your sense of purpose and your mission, which is really beautiful. And we can see this energy wanting to come in. I feel like this is in regards to another book too. I feel like the universe is trying to download this book to you. There's a lot of Kundalini energy in this. We can see that there's a spiritual house or a foundation being built right down the bottom. We can see that this is coming to life. Let's have a look. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Let's pop that in. Then for you, Paul, we also had the Hierophant. So we can see this beautiful energy. This is someone who's in contact directly with the universe or with source or with God. And then the cards that we had with this, I feel like this is physical fears holding back. So we can see the tiger. And again, we've got throat chakra energy coming up with this. So we've got you still a little bit down on the list, Jordan. And then we have the card of the Fool. So this is kind of like that open-eyed wonderment sense of, walking the journey and being in it for the experience. But then we have Queen of Cups. So at the end of that journey, it's really about reflection and looking into like what information you've brought down from spirit and bringing it into the physical world. Even though this is Queen of Cups and this is a lot to do with feeling, I feel like it actually represents the Star card too. So I hope that that helps, but definitely looking after your throat chakra, I feel, is what they're mentioning. Also looking into different ways that you can express your passion and be able to do that outside of the normal constraints in regards to sort of like finances and things. You're welcome, Jordan. So let's pop that card back in. And then we have Wade. Okay. Wade, they're taking me to the abundance deck and they're showing me this cheeky little one here. See what this is. And we're seeing this one and this one. Okay, so we had these cards come out for someone else. All three of these cards came out for someone else. So this could also be collectively related to a couple of you here tonight. I'm also going to pick another card from this deck for you, Wade. So we have Prosperity Begins. So we're definitely on the right track in regards to picking from the Abundance deck. This one is from the Psychic Tarot. So this is really talking about working together to plant a seed. So really looking at... thank you, Jackie. So Jackie said, oh my God, you're so right. I'm scared to go out of my comfort zone with everything resonates with what you said. Thank you. I was scared of failure. Well, I have my bookings open. I think there might be a couple of spots left on Monday if you do want to dive into it further. But yeah, Spirit was really showing me that Olympic-sized swimming pool and putting self-imposed restrictions. So sometimes we can also ask questions around that in readings on what is the best way to move forward from this, or how do I really let go and release these fears of failure that are holding me back. So something to have a think about. I've got the link in the description box above as well. My website is just my name, SOLRETA.com. So what we have for you, Wade, is we have Prosperity Begins, and we can see this peach tree. So there's this sweetness that's being planted, or this sweetness that's been worked on. Then we have Divine Love. So it says, when you offer everything to the divine with detachment, begin a love affair with Spirit. And I feel like this is a timing thing. So perhaps like with the seed that you've planted, it's not going to come into harvest or into fruit straight away. So this is really about opening up and going with the flow that we've got. So it says, allow me, divine, to flow, to move with the flow and respond with calmness and peace. Then we have the intuition. So your intuition will tell you when it's time to harvest. Each person's road to the inner Lord is extraordinary and personal. So how liberating to listen inside and sense moment to moment what is needed. So it's like, do you need to, pop fertilizer on? Do you need to water this plant? Does it need to have a bit of sheltering? I'm just getting asked to turn this. So what I'm seeing is the Knight of Disc in reverse. So it's a little bit sometimes that energy of having fought that hard battle, but I do see things opening up in regards to future. I don't feel that there's going to be as much of a struggle or feeling to have to work as hard to make it happen. But I do feel that it's really opening up to abundance on a spiritual level, as opposed to just kind of like on a physical level. Does that make sense? So we've got Peter Helwig, and he wanted to ask around love. I'm going to pop these cards in. And that deck, how many cards is that? I think there's like 50 something cards in that deck. Can you believe it? We got those same 3 cards out. Okay. All right, where do we want to go with this? There's a different deck. They want an Egyptian deck. All right, so we've got the Anubis deck as well. Oh, you got Moldavite. Awesome. I love Moldavite. So this is for Peter Helwig, and we're asking around love. Now, there's some kind of ancient connection around love. I feel like for you, for love, there needs to be a deeper soul connection. It's not enough to just have someone physically there. There needs to be soul love is the word they're showing me. It's like a soul connection, soul. They just keep showing me like soul to soul. There's like a strong sense or a strong feeling, or wanting that connection on that deep, deep level. It's like wanting someone familiar that you've ridden in life with over and over. So this is interesting. We have the key card being Anubis, which is the opener of the way. To me here is, or in, I guess, like Egyptian studies, he's usually connected to with the god of the underworld. For me, Anubis represents god of the other worlds. I see him as the key holder to open up other realities and to open doorways. So whenever I want to go on an astral journey, or I want to go sort of more multi-dimensionally, sometimes I'll do a meditation and connect with him there. So I actually have the Soul Star meditation on my website, on Spotify, and on Insight Timer that's there for free if anyone wants to do that meditation with Anubis. And I'm just getting tingles on the top of my head. He knows that we're mentioning him. We also have the Dove card, which is the Initiate card. It's about innocence and trust. We can see that beautiful peace dove. And the dove is flying up with this little olive branch between the sun and the moon. So there's sort of almost a the stars are in alignment, the moon is in alignment, the sun is right. This, I feel, is talking about that love. And I've got a card that's just jumping out. Meditation. I feel they're asking you to meditate in order to connect. Now, this is the love deck. The love deck asked to come out tonight. And there's one more card. Yeah, transmutation. So there's something that you're transmuting through sitting in this centered meditation. We also have Sothis, which is also known as Sirius or Isis in the skies. So this is that beautiful, bright, shining star that we see. And this is star consciousness. So it's about generosity. This is a Bodhisattva as well. So this is someone who's reached that spiritual enlightenment. So no wonder why we're talking about it's to have that soul love, because I feel for you to do with like attraction and everything too, it has to be like this soulmate twin flame type energy is what I'm picking up on around this. It's beautiful. So Elizabeth Sturges, we've got you. Let's see, just clearing all my decks. Okay, Elizabeth, where do we want to go? This deck. We'll start with this deck. Okay, oh, this one, we've got base chakra coming up, and we have wisdom, and then, let's see, they want this deck, there's one here. Oh, okay. Oh, this is interesting. So we have this beautiful base chakra card, so that's kind of self-explanatory. You're welcome, Pete. I hope that resonates with you as well, because there's just really beautiful energy around that soulmate energy too. So this could be someone that you're calling in, but really sit in that calm, meditative, reflective energy and really feel that you're calling this person in through you being yourself and really vibrating in your own truth. You're going to attract someone that resonates with that, or you're going to expand some of those relationships with friends and family and others around you that you have with this too. So we have the card of wisdom to go with this as well, Elizabeth. And then we have the card of the lovers. I feel that this is some kind of like root chakra ignition happening. There's a Kundalini awakening moment that's waiting to happen. This is asking you to tap into this sacred knowledge that you hold within. Yeah, I'm just seeing sort of like a Kundalini tantric energy hiding in the wings or hiding in the curtains, but it's sort of like they're available to tap into. And I'm just asking them for a card on what happens when you tap into this. They're giving me two. Oh, we've got Hathor. We mentioned her at the start. So this might resonate for a few of you. We talked about Hathor at the start, this beautiful goddess. So Hathor is connected to Venus. She also, was said to be more ET. So Hathor she's meant to be like a cow in this picture, but when you look at her face on Egyptian statues, she totally looks ET. So she's a medicine woman. So Elizabeth Sturges, this is really asking you to get in touch with your sacred medicine. I feel that there's this medicine that you carry within you. And we have the Dove card again, which we just spoke about. So there's this innocence and transformational energy. This is really about unlocking your own genetic or DNA potential, I feel, on a spiritual level. There's some kind of like spiritual illumination that's ready to unravel. So really getting into things, meditating with the planets I'm seeing for you at the moment. I'm also seeing sort of like the moon energy cycles and timing being really good for kind of unleashing or awakening this different psychic energy at the moment too. Let's see where this card goes. And we want to put this one back here. Then we have Jordan. And they're taking me to the abundance deck. And I will put a few more of you on here as well in a minute. So Jordan, that card. Okay, I'm hearing Spirit sing a song in the background as we go with this. Let me just see if I can't remember the name of it, but I can hear Spirit sing it. It's that song, Don't You Want Somebody to Love? And I'm gonna have to sing it because I can't remember the words, but it's like, don't you want somebody to love? I'm hearing Spirit sing this song in the background. So let's flip these cards. So we have karma, acceptance, and expansiveness. That's the third time, I think, isn't it? Or second or third time that we've had that card come up. So something around, don't you want somebody to love? So we've got karma attached with this. So it says there's nothing from the past life that can't there's nothing from the past life that can't be addressed in the current life. I feel that this is actually releasing karma, releasing the things that bind. And I feel that there might be a little bit of, what do we call it, that devil's advocate sitting on the shoulder. Pete's just saying bloody rockers. Yeah, we've got some spirit guide rockers tonight, I think, in the building. But yeah, what I'm seeing with this, Jordan, is I feel that this is really about opening up what you feel your self-worth is, and you opening up to a higher, it's like higher expectations. I just feel that you deserve so much is what they're showing me, that you really put your heart and soul and energy into things. And I'm just seeing, when is it time for you is kind of like what Spirit's showing. But then I'm seeing this voice in the background, or it could even be like a biological clock or something like that going off. Just sort of like that thing about like relationship energy is what I'm kind of feeling in the background, or kind of that energy of it'll do, or it's sort of like bases covered. But I just feel Spirit's asking you to open up to something higher. So we have the card of acceptance, and it says radical acceptance in the now opens up the flow. Did you just send the link? Thank you, Pete. And we also have expansiveness. So eternity is far more creative than the rigid, constraint, and exhausted ego. Let's ask for some advice quickly on what to do around what we were just talking about. Yeah, Ace of Cups, there might be new love around. Definitely like upgrading your ideas on what you feel to do with love, or it could be upgrading the relationship that you're already in. Let's have a look. We have Jason, and then I'll try to get to two more if we can. All right, so Jason, there is one or two cards jumping out. I'm going to go quickly so we can get to some more as well. We have Sirius, Sothis in the sky again. We have that beautiful guiding star, the brightest star in the sky. So it says star consciousness, generosity, Boa Vista. So let's flip these other two cards that we've got. We have the card of love, and we have the card of the inner child. Look at these beautiful mandalas. I love the artwork on these and the colors. They're so rich and luxe in terms of just, oh, you just want to jump in the card. They're beautiful. Divine source is the idea that no person, place, or thing is your salvation, only love itself. So this is asking you not to place all of your investments and stocks and things into like one basket, but I also see like into one person. So it's asking you to reinvest not only just into love itself, but back into this inner child energy. I'm hearing Spirit laugh, just saying there's no songs for you, as in like no songs coming through. But it's saying, allow me to give compassion and love to that little one. Let me attend to the deepest needs and feelings. So really asking like, what do you need right now? What is it that you need? And I feel this is about bringing that star consciousness to yourself right now, is what I'm seeing as well. So really beautiful. They're asking me for another Egyptian card. We've got Set, which is the shadow. So it's adversely alley. It's the trickster energy. So I feel this is clearing out some, I feel like you're such a beautiful, helpful person that some take advantage sometimes. This is really taking stock for yourself and making sure that you're looking after yourself and making yourself a priority. So let's get to, oh, beautiful. Yes, I love effervescence as well. How gorgeous is her voice? Let me see. All right, so I want to pop down Samantha and Jeannie really quickly as well. So we've got Samantha, Joe and Jeannie. This hour just goes so quick, doesn't it? Yeah, bring me back to life. Oh, that actually really vibes with the cards that we just had for you. Maybe pop that on. You're so welcome. I just felt like spirit come in when I saw that name of the song. That's perfect. That really resonates. So Samantha Joe, we have third eye chakra, base chakra, patience and planning. So I feel that spirit is asking you to look at something with your third eye, but make sure it's kind of practical. So it's like looking at it from a spiritual point of view, making sure it's also practical. They're taking me to around here. I feel that they're really asking you to look after thyroid at the moment. So making sure that you're not burning yourself out, not becoming exhausted or not overstretching or overstimulating. It says patience and planning. And we can see these two pillars, this gateway here as well. I'm hearing the word knowledge and beacon of knowledge as well. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. With this one too, I feel like there's a world of opportunity opening up to you, but it's to kind of stop at the moment and to, it's like you're so busy helping other people. It's like stop so that you can actually get done some things for yourself. I'm seeing this with a couple of people at the moment. And Samantha, we've got the card of worth for you as well. Now it says, you have been worthy to belong to love all along without any need to improve. In fact, you are love itself. So it says, you have been worthy to belong to love all along without any need to improve. In fact, you are love itself. So really topping yourself up. And we have this one. So this is the bonus card in the Thoth Tarot deck or the Thoth Tarot deck. This is what I call the Choose Your Own Adventure card. So what we were saying before about kind of looking into third eye vision, like using your intuition, but also checking in on a physical level too with this base and third eye chakras that are coming up. I don't feel that you can really choose a wrong pathway. This is making up your plan or making the story along the way. So exciting times. It might feel like things are on pause, but shortly after it feels like things are opening. So I hope that helps. And we're going to pick a card for Jeannie as well. All right, they're asking us to pick out of here, Jeannie. Okay, flip these over. So with this one, I was feeling a similar energy of coming back, and then I saw you say something about your son in the comment before, and I felt this masculine energy and presence come up to do with suffering and silence. So it might be really hard. Oh, thank you, Samantha. It might be really hard, like what you're going through at the moment. And I feel just to make sure that you are perhaps getting someone to talk to, whether it's a friend or a professional, just so that you don't have to carry all of this for yourself as well. Oh, thanks, Evie. And you might hear my cat meowing in the background. But yeah, we have this energy of choose wisely. And I feel that Spirit is asking you to choose your words wisely, because there may be some energy around some people taking offense to things at the moment. Now, sometimes when people take offense to things, they can take offense before words have even come out of the mouth. And that's the sort of energy I'm sort of seeing here, is someone on kind of like a defensive, yeah, we've got that energy here. So I hope that makes sense to you. They're asking me to pick another one. Yeah. So we have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So something that you may have had once on a physical level feels like it's gone upside down or a little bit topsy-turvy. Let me just see what they're showing me with this card. Yeah, cycles of change. So I really feel it might be getting external advice on where to go next, to do with possible family dynamics or a situation or relationship breakdown or communication breakdown. But it says planetary guardian, spiral dancer. We have this beautiful scarab energy as well. Okay, so I'm just reading what you've written, Jeannie. Oh, sweetheart, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, definitely go and seek professional advice on how to not just get support, but it might give you some insight on how to, perhaps help your son as well. I feel like you've already tried and exhausted a lot of options, but sometimes it just takes that right person to connect with. I'm going to pick you another card for you personally because I feel that you've got a lot going on. So this is just for you. So we've got the card of sacrifice. So it says, sometimes surrender is painful. God's cutting away all that needs to go. Illusions, obsessions, addictions. It's a sacrifice to love. Yeah, very hard when there's drugs involved too, because it can open that gateway to negative entities and spirit and the darker side of things. So definitely like smudging with sage and frankincense and, perhaps having like music on in your own room. Just doing things to have you, yeah, I can feel that energy that you have to really just try and get as much support as you can. And we've got the energy of waiting game as well. So it is that real sort of like stuck energy. Let's pick a card for if you were to reach out for support. Okay, they're giving me two. We have that energy of fear. So don't let fear hold you back from reaching out for support. We also have the inner child, and we also have the choose your own adventure card come up again. So really start to explore and open different pathways, perhaps discuss it with different people, because I feel like it's almost like on loop. And when you step outside of that energy, you might be offered almost like a different hand from the universe. So I have time to read for one more, but I just wish you all the best in regards to that situation. It's a very tricky one. And we have Davidi Vine. Let me pick a card for you very quickly as well. Thank you for your kind words, everyone. I really try and get to as many as we can. I do have a couple of places left for readings on Monday, which if you're in Canada or if you're in America, that is your Sunday evening or Sunday afternoon. All right, so this is for Davidi. Hopefully I'm saying your name right. And we have, oh, okay. So we have the energy of swiftness come in. It's going to feel into what's going on. I'm feeling animals around you as well. I feel like they're coming up really clear. They might be coming up as messengers, or they could be around you as pets, but I feel that they're very drawn to you at the moment. You have a very calm, beautiful energy. They find, what's the word that they're showing me? There's like a consoling sort of energy. It's like if anyone's upset or hurt, or they feel that they need to seek, arms to hold them in. I feel like you have these arms to hold, and animals are drawn to this as well. We have swiftness in reverse. So once something in the past may have felt like, I don't know which way to turn, I feel stuck, there might be something opening, kind of like that light opening, that energy of that mercurial mind, that overthinking might be coming to a stop. So you may have also started meditation. Sometimes it can represent this kind of energy too. The other thing that we have, you're so welcome, Jeannie. We have the card of the Empress. There's that beautiful nurturer again that we were talking about. We can see that she's sitting in this beautiful space all of her own. There's the swan. So we have the animals and the phoenix come up as well. And there's almost like a portal or cycles and timings that comes with the Empress, but she represents that beautiful divine love, that kind of spiritual love that comes and embraces and consoles here on earth. But we also have the Emperor show up. So we have the Empress and the Emperor. Now the way that they were shown to me was, which way was it? This way and this way. They're a little bit got their backs towards apart from each other at the moment. So there could be this kind of dynamic going on for you at the moment, possibly about, actually no, it's together. Sorry. I'm looking at it on the camera, reversed. So we've got the Empress and the Emperor coming together and looking at each other. It's like their worlds are meeting, which is really beautiful. So it might be time to have that the deeper conversations. This might be time to connect with someone that where you can have these beautiful soul connections. It's just really beautiful. Hopefully this comes through the right way. I think I had them back to front before, but we can see that they're facing each other. We can see that they're from the same sort of worlds, that their minds are kind of in that same place. She's in her beautiful softness and he's in his Emperor power. So it's sort of like the exalted form of both of these cards, the divine masculine and divine feminine. So it doesn't have to be gender specific, but it's just these people centered in their own beautiful energy. So let's pick you an abundance card as well. And we have the card of right now, and we have this beautiful Buddha in the center of this card, and there's that gorgeous enlightenment energy that we've got that also makes me feel like it's similar to the Empress and the Emperor card. And so this is for Davidi. And it says, stay in the present and don't get too far ahead of the flow. You soon trust that nothing more will come than can be handled for each moment. So I hope that helps. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight. To book a personal reading, please head over to my website, solreta.com, which is SOLRETA. Keep a lookout. I've got a couple of interviews and conferences and things coming up over the weekend. It's been beautiful to connect with you all tonight. And remember, I still have a couple of bookings open for, I actually just opened up an extra day. I had it blocked off because I thought I might have a bit of a rest, but I'm feeling really inspired, especially around love and abundance. If anyone's got questions around love and abundance, I feel that the guides are bringing up some readings around this at the moment. Thank you all for the beautiful comments. Thank you, Wendy, Jeannie, everyone else, and I will see you all next week.